Welcome to my channel, and today's video, or tonight, wherever you are, whatever time it is, it applies across all time and space. So I want to address understanding energy, and there's a lot of information on this topic. And so I feel that there might be two videos and we might have to go in depth. If there's questions, I would love to hear your feedback, your thoughts, your opinions, because it all comes down to this, understanding energy. And if you can't really cognize what's going on underneath it all, then how can you really trust yourself to manifest the life you dream? And we all say, that we might understand everything's energy and everything's connected, but what does that really mean? And I have a couple ideas that I want to go over. I really would like to just allow myself to just talk about this because it's something that I really enjoy discussing. And I have a few key things that I want to go over. And if I miss anything, we can come back to it. The first thing, so I have my water, have to have my water here. But the first thing I really want to do is a grounding exercise, which I think would be a great example. My dog might bark. So let's just send the intention that he is quiet throughout this and I don't have to leave the room. There's a cat next door and he sees the cat and barks at him randomly. And the cat just sits in the window and watches. What I'm trying to say is that there's a grounding exercise I would like us to try. And it's going to be good for me too because we all need a little bit of grounding. Boom, boom. And this is something that you can do anytime to ease anxiety, or if you have questions in life, it'll help calm the mind. And I highly recommend a grounding exercise every morning, every night, as often as you can think about it. And it's like meditating. The more that you do it, the more that it's quick and easy, and it's something that you can just tap into instantly rather than having to practice meditating 10-15 minutes a day, which is still a good practice. So let's start with the grounding exercise, because when you're grounded, the information can come through more easily because you're centered and not scattered all over the place from whatever you went through throughout the day. So inhale through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And I'm very visual, so I like to inhale light. And a lot of us, I would call the light love or pure energy. And as we inhale the light and exhale the smoke or the darkness, the things no longer serving us, the old us, the past, we inhale and exhale. Take 3 deep breaths in your own timing. I'm gonna have to go get my dog. Just try a couple deep breaths on your own so I can. Can you not? Stop it. That's enough. Come on. Come on. Okay, he's gonna sit here with us. Boom, boom, sit down. Okay. So when you do this breath, I don't know about you, but I can feel it. I can feel a change, a shift in my consciousness, my awareness, or my mind, you might call it. But I feel calmer. And the other reason why I'm sitting, I want you to see for yourself how it looks different. If you've seen my other videos and then you've come to one where I'm sitting, you can feel a shift. So, side note, let's get back into the grounding. So as you take your inhale and exhale, and you start to feel yourself calm and your body soften. Relax your shoulders. Let your ears fall back away from the top of your head and just relax your jaw. Relax your body. And I want you to vision or set the intention. And as you go, it'll get easier. Imagine roots coming out of your feet or your limbs. They could be lightning or vines. It could be crystals, anything just growing out of your feet, connecting you to the earth. Really? So, the roots go deeper and deeper into the earth and grounds you as the roots touch the center of the earth, the liquid magma, and allow that pure fire to come through the roots and bring it up further and further until it reaches your body, and that Mother Nature life force enters your body and rises up through the root chakra and circles around and cleanses the red wheel inside your body that spins that energy in that area. And the magma, the energy, comes into the next chakra, and you see orange, and it spins around and cleanses the chakra until it reaches the solar plex, and then yellow, and you see it cleanse a bright yellow in the center of your core, and the energy moves up into your heart, the bridge to higher consciousness, and circles around and cleanses that area, and continues up into your throat, circles around, and you see the blue, cleanses the place you speak and express yourself from, and enters into your third eye and cleanses the veil, allows you to see beyond and tap into your intuition, and you see that bright violet light as it cleanses that chakra, and then it enters your crown, the indigo, fuchsia, magenta, however you see it, purifies the crown chakra, and that energy spins around until the crown chakra is open, and then it shoots through the crown into the cosmos, or the pure love source, God energy that is above us, the sun and the moon. And as you open your crown and the energy is coming out and connecting you to the cosmos and infinite intelligence, you can see your higher self, and you can bring, with your intention, your higher self into your body. And here is where all-knowing and infinite intelligence lies. And when you're centered and grounded in your energy, call all of you back to you and hold your soul and your higher self within your body and embody that. And let anything that's not you, let it go. Tell it to leave. Thank it for its service. And say, I call all of me back to me, and only I am allowed in my energy. All else, please leave. And as you feel yourself centered, imagine your aura around you, your bright light, and see it get bigger so it's as big as the room, and expand that light past the room, past your home, past your city and state, and your light gets bigger and bigger until it's past the world, and your light is around the world, and you're shining your energy and centered in who you are. and spreading that light as a lighthouse to others around you. And that's all you're here to do. And you can breathe and relax, knowing that all you have to do is be yourself and do your best, and you're living your mission. Follow your intuition, your soul will guide you. And all you need to do is lighten up and enjoy the ride. And I want you to thank your higher self for being here with you and guiding you. And know that it's here inside of you, acting through you at all times. And you can slowly start to come back and wiggle your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes and feel the energy, the groundedness. And we're going to have a quick talk about the intros to understanding energy. I hope you can feel the difference. I know I can. I know this is a longer video, but stick with me. I have some notes and I'm going to just talk about what comes to me. So the first thing I want to say is energy is everything. Energy is the light connecting the world. You are the light connecting the world. We are all made of the same things, and the things around us are also made of those. And you learn that in chemistry. It is science. Metaphysics is likened to science. And we can sit down and go through the research together. But today we're just going to have a conversation about what we know energy to be. I'll give you some resources afterwards. I have a lot of videos that I would love for you to watch. I like to go back to quantum physics and the superstring theory, but the basis of everything is that everything is made of molecules. We're made of carbon and nitrogen and hydrogen. We're made of the same thing the stars are made of. That's where they say you came from the stars. And it's such a cool thing to think that our ancestors tapped into the information of the stars and that they were always telling us a lot of different stories. And everything we know, we're just remembering. It's something that we might have forgot at birth because there was a veil put over our eyes, a veil of fear that had weighed us down and kept us in this base level of evolution. And as we learn and heal and grow from the things that no longer serve us, as we evolve, the world shifts, our consciousness shifts. You can evolve through the mind. Like a lot of the great philosophers, they started studying, why is the sky blue? Why do I feel this way? And we can look back to our ancestors for a lot of information, and everything kind of falls into the same thing, that there's a force running everything, and they believe that force to be love in its purest form. And because we are made of molecules, even water, we are in 77% water. Most of us are made, all of us are made of water, but most of our bodies are composed of that. And water at its basic form is 2 hydrogen molecules and an oxygen, H2O. And if you break it down, you can see, the little molecular structures like they do in chemistry in the periodic table. Well, the periodic table is only different measurements of electrons and protons, which at the core of that is atoms. Like it has a number of atoms, a number of electrons and neutrons that make up this molecular bond. And at the core of that, it's energy. But the thing that they don't talk about a lot in chemistry is that your thoughts and your words is what transforms the energy. There's a Japanese doctor who did research with water molecules. His name's Dr. Emoto, and there's a video, and I would love to share that with you. And he studied the effect of words and music on water molecules. And you can look at the pictures, you can look at his different studies, and it was like prayer and positive words like love and hope made these beautiful snowflakes and these, amazing structures that you could see. But he would put like heavy metal, or there's one where it says, "You make me sick," and the molecules are actually strained and pulled apart. And he found that the things that we say can affect the molecules. And so if we're made of water, how would the things we say to ourselves affect our bodies? And everybody knows that you can feel vibes and you pick up on things and you have gut feelings, but what is that trying to tell you? Thoughts, when we think a thing, it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. A lot of the times we'll have a thought and we'll let it go. But if we keep thinking it over and over, we keep chewing on this thought, it becomes a belief. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And a belief becomes a thing. And thoughts become things. You keep thinking something, you start to believe in it. Then it becomes an emotion. Energy in motion. And the emotion is what's telling the universe what your order is. That's why when manifesting, they say you have to feel it. But if you don't really understand what the energy behind it, the science behind it, then you won't really believe it. And if you can convince your mind that this is real, which it is, then you can believe to see it. You can begin to see it. Because a lot of the times we need to see it to believe it. But that's not how magic works. Miracles are there every day, but if you don't believe in them, they can't come to you. Because you are literally blocking miracles from your lack of belief in them. Now, that doesn't mean that miracles won't reach you, because you have guides and there's this positive force behind everything. Love is a real thing, but we can't put a tactile touch, material label on it. Love is, the word is even tainted from what humans have made it. But pure love, unconditional love, is the source of everything. And it's the most powerful force in the universe. Love heals everything. And it just goes to show with the water study, the positive words makes this beautiful art. And the more positive we are to ourselves and our body, it changes the molecular structure, which then changes the physical structure. The molecular structure is what creates the physicality of it all. And that's why crystals are so important, because they have their own molecular structure, which makes a certain hertz or frequency or vibration, sends out basically it's a radio station, and it's transmitting its own vibe, and that's what's healing about it. Now, crystals aren't going to heal everything. Even if you walked around with crystals all over you all day, yeah, it might help you, but the thing about it is that we have deep ingrained thoughts and beliefs that came from our ancestors and our generation and our collective consciousness. This energy is always flowing. Energy, when it's stagnant, that's when it's stuck. And the more it gets stuck, the more it calls more stuckness to it, and then it gets our attention. So even in that sense, what you resist persists, and sooner or later it's going to come out to be addressed in your physical reality. So that's the beauty of life, is that there's this balance of dark and light, and yes, there's this pure force of energy, but there's also the lack of that pure energy, or the pinching off of it, which tells you that that's something that needs your attention. And the light of awareness is all you need, but that's how we start to shift and grow, is by being, authentic and real enough, especially with ourselves, to see the dark parts in us that need our attention and light and love. And the more you love those parts of you, those dark parts of you, the more you shift and grow. And I'm telling you, your physical reality changes, your personal, the way you look. I mean, I know I look different because of the self-love I've given myself along the way, and I watch my life transform. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm inapt or cut off from learning lessons anymore. I mean, the more spiritual your practice becomes, the more there's to learn, the more darkness there is to uncover. I mean, we all have a lot of work to do. And the energy is being called out in ourselves as well as our collective and the world around us. And as we heal the dark parts in us, it will shift the world around us. And we don't need to seek out these dark parts because nothing is outside of you, everything is within you. And as we heal, the world heals. So how can we heal the world if we can't even be kind to ourselves? And if we can't even be honest enough with ourselves to see what areas we need growth in? And we all need growth, because if you're not growing, you're dying. And evolution, you're evolving, is you diving deep to find the lower vibrational feelings and emotions that are weighing you down, because everything has a frequency. That's why they have those healing hertz, 532 hertz. There's like all these different healing videos that are music that you can listen to, because it changes the frequency in your brain. Like you can listen to it while you sleep, and hypnosis is kind of like the same thing. Now that's also what Reiki is. It's the person, the healer, is channeling this pure light or love, and I'll teach you in another video how we do that. They're basically channeling this pure energy, Christ consciousness, some might call it, pure love, source. I mean, it's got to be a higher power. You're not channeling a human to heal. And so that's why it's so powerful. It could be a placebo, but a lot of people have sworn by Reiki and energy work, and it's like, whether it's a placebo or not, whatever's working, whatever's getting you there. That's funny, boom boom. But it's not about being just spiritual and rocks and yoga and all these things. You can be spiritual in so many other ways, and I say all the time, the most spiritual thing you can do is work out, because when you are working out, you're physically working through the stagnancies in your body. Energy gets stuck in our bodies. That's where the inflexibility comes from. If you have stiffness or soreness, that's because there's not any movement in that area. And stretching and working out the muscle, we need the stretching as well. We need the physical man aspect, the analytics of doing the work, but then we also need the woman, free-flowing, intuitive, gentle, relaxing softness of it. The flexibility is just as important as building the muscle. And it's so amazing after learning in exercise science, when you are an athletic trainer, there are 6 flexibility tests that they can do on the body to find where your increased risk of injury is. Now, if they're lacking mobility in an area, then they know that that's where they need to work more on, because the muscle's not as loose, and so that's the first place that they would get injured. So that's really important in sports medicine. Everything is connected, everything's interconnected, and we can find ourselves through many avenues. It's not just about yoga and ayahuasca or whatever. Truly, all we need to do is center ourselves enough to quiet things around us, because everything's within you. And when you connect and center with you, mind, body, and soul is centered, you connect to that infinite intelligence, and all is yours. When you're centered, you're connected to everything. So there's nothing that's outside of you, because you are it. That's energy. So our work is to watch our words. Watch how we talk to ourselves. Watch ourselves through traumas and triggers, and also through our habits and our patterns. And a lot of the time you can shift energy just by switching up a little pattern. You can take a few deep breaths before you go into work, or wake up and have water instead of your coffee. Or if you usually have water, say your prayer and then have your water. It doesn't matter, just switch things up. That's what feng shui is. They shift the things in the home to open up spaces to allow the energy to flow more freely throughout the house. Now that's Chinese medicine. There's energy in almost every culture. We call it different things, but in yoga and Hinduism they call it prakti, which is called in English life force, the vital life force. Now in American, there's not really a lot of words for this because this is not Western medicine. This typically came from the Vedas. The yogis talked about it a lot, the light, connecting and meditating with the light. Now the Mayans and Incans, they all knew that we came from the stars. They all connected with Pleiades, and the Egyptians did as well. And they all connected to this light, this source. And some might call it aliens, and I might say that yes, we have connected with outside worlds and other galaxies, because this Earth and this galaxy was so low dimensional that we needed to call in others to anchor in light. And everything is going crazy right now is because we're sending so much light to the planet, and there's so many light workers here, and people who might not even know that they're a light worker, but they're here to raise consciousness, to do a good job, to do their best, to live to their fullest, to help others, and they don't even know what their mission is, but they're just good people to their core, and they have these pure hearts. And the images that I see is that there are these lighthouses that are strategically placed throughout the world, and we're here just to shine our light. And as you shine your light, that's why I'm here to do the work, so you can wake up and I can wake up, and us together wake up to this light that we're projecting. And as we purify our channel, our bodies, our minds, our homes, our souls, we can open up to this light and this consciousness and shine even brighter. And that's what Jesus did. He lived by example, and he saw everybody as perfect, whole, and complete, because we are God, and we are that pure light. It's just that the things that we learned and the outside things that tainted our light, we have this aura around us, and these thoughts that aren't ours, and the doubts and the shame and the guilt is like mud clouding our aura, and then we can't see. We're putting these blinders on and we can't see, and all we need to do is just evaluate the belief and ask, this might be true, but is it helpful? And is this belief serving me? Is this mine? Is this something that I want to adapt in my life? Because you know what? I might have a belief that I'm less than, but is that serving me to believe that? And I can train my mind to believe I'm greater than that. And then I can start to see it in my reality. And your personal reality will change. Your personality will change. And if you want your reality to change, start to evaluate your personality. Your personality is typically your habits that you just keep thinking over and over, and then you're living by default and wondering why your life is the same every single day. But all it is you needing to wake up to the choice that there is more, and I want more, and whatever it is, I'm going to figure it out. And I trust my soul to guide me. And when you say you're open and you're ready and you're willing, you just ask for help, and it's there. You ask and it's given, because you called the energy to you. And when you trust and you're in faith, then you know that it's coming to you. And whether you see it in your reality or not, when you trust it with your energy and your emotion and your heart, it sends that order, that frequency to the universe, and things like it will come to you. And if it's not coming to you, and there's things, if you're paying hell on earth and things just keep failing around you and you don't know why, and you feel like everything's against you, I mean, it's time to maybe evaluate your thoughts and your emotions and your beliefs and how you're thinking and talking to yourself. And I know I'm not a big fan of fake it till you make it, but that's what a mantra is. You just keep telling yourself, I am good, I am doing my best, whatever it is at the time. Your mantra will change as you change, because you will change as you make time for you and you make yourself important enough to do this work. And it sounds stupid at first, but have you ever tried to look at yourself in the mirror and in the eye and say, I love you, I'm here for you, and not hate yourself? And I know we don't talk about this a lot, but a lot of us hate ourselves, and it's time for us light workers, because I believe that if you have that self-hatred, it's almost to keep you humble, and it's because you have this huge job on the earth, and you have this mission, you have this calling, but the ego is trying to keep you safe and small, because in the past you were a master and you were great and you did all these great things, but you were ostracized for the magic that you held. And so we don't want to come back into this life, but the fact is, I'm here to tell you that it's safe. It's okay for you, and we need you more than ever to say how you feel and to express the gifts that you're having and to grow your gifts and follow your soul and your intuition, because that's what's going to light your soul on fire and light your path. And your soul's gonna feed you breadcrumbs, but that energy is gonna come through and you're gonna follow it, and doors are gonna open and magic is gonna unfold. And you don't believe it at first because it might not be science, but the more that you do this, the more miracles will show in your life. It's easy. It's as easy to create a castle as it is a button. It's just what you believe. Do you believe in your ability to create? Have fun with it. Play with it. Have you ever thought about something? You saw like a red car, and then pretty soon you just started seeing a red car over and over. It's because once you give it attention, where thought goes, energy follows. What you focus on energizes. I see the visual as whatever I think of, I send these energetic cords, of my energy to what I'm thinking about, and that's what feeds it. So you think about this thing over and over, it becomes an obsession, an addiction, a pattern, and you can stop it at any time. You just need to change the habit. Now it takes sometimes a while to change a habit, and it used to be 21 days, but now it's 42 days to change a habit, but you can do it. The same thing with working out and eating right. It's not a diet, it's a way of life, and you're shifting your life by shifting the vibration of the things that you see and hear and taste and smell, and whatever way gets you there, just do that. Soothe yourself into alignment and watch your world change. I can give you the link to the Dr. Emoto study. I would love for everybody to watch this video about how if we are made of water, what do you think the words that we say to ourselves do to our bodies? And there's another one by John Hagelin about the superstring theory, and it's basically that there's energy all around us, but our thoughts is what taps into these waves of energy around us, and the thoughts and the emotions that we project is what sends the magnet out to attract that into us. So when you're manifesting, knowing that if everything's an atom, and if you're made of the same things, and you can change energy through the way you feel, then learning to manifest is all about just holding that feeling and trusting it. And the only thing that we need to learn to do is to calm the ego enough, quiet the mind enough to just be present in the moment and okay with where you are and who you are and what you have, enough to trust and be open and allow the dreams to unfurl as you're ready. Because no matter what, the universe and your guides and the love all around us is always giving us exactly what we need and breadcrumbing us towards the dream that we hold. And if you can imagine it, it's yours. It's visioning, and that's what that intention that we talked about in the previous videos. All these things are going to come together. We're going to keep each one in little bite-sized pieces so we can practice. But all this is a practice, and you can choose what practice is best for you. But we're all students, and we all need that practice every day. So set the ritual, do the journaling, drink the water, watch what you put into your body energetically, mind, body, and soul, and watch your universe change, okay? Let me make sure I wrote some notes here. I just want to make sure I touch base on, I want to just keep saying this, when your world falls, when things are not working out, it's a gift to show you contrast of what you don't want, and also that maybe your energy might need a shift. Where can you shift your energy? What thoughts can you change? It's all about having fun and being curious about, what's next, what else, get excited about it, have fun with it, because really it's not that serious. This is like a big video game. And in every corner, there's a jewel or a lesson, and we can come back to levels at any time. Like, healing is not linear. Nothing is linear anymore. And as you connect, as you learn, heal, and grow, and you do this work and you tap into energy, and the more the neurons connect in your mind, it connects to more roadmaps. Now, habits, that gives me another thought that I want to touch base on. The neurons, a habit is basically just you telling your mind And the neurons reading that thought, and they keep firing in the same place, and it creates that, in yoga they call it a samskara, and it's basically like an energetic highway, a neuron highway that says that there's your belief and this is how it is. But you can literally change the synapse and the neurons in your mind and shift by stopping that and implanting a new belief. Now you might have something like, if you're insecure, confidence is something that we can work on. Self-image is everything. Self-security. If you don't feel secure, if you don't feel safe where you are, that's the first thing we need to work on. And coincidentally, that's the root chakra. Everything is connected. We start in the root chakra and we start to go up the ladder and work through each emotion. And as we clear out each section of our mind and hearts and souls and our aura, we can open our energy enough to expand into pure consciousness and receive more information. Now, as you clear your channel more and more, you can clear your channel by doing the workouts, drinking water, detoxing your body, even moving things in your home, reading new things, putting new ideas in your mind, releasing words through journaling and burning the paper. There are so many ways to open up consciousness, but let me tell you, once you're awake and aware, you can't go back. There's no going back. You open Pandora's box and you're awake now. Now you have no choice but to make the steps towards the call, because if you don't, it's going to be very painful. And I don't think we're in the place anymore to decide to just be the same person for the rest of our lives, because that is what hell is. And hell is inside of our mind and our bodies, and we can reach heaven. Heaven is obtainable through our evolution and our self-expression and us saying yes to our soul's call. And as we say yes to our intuition, whether it makes sense or not, it will guide you to your highest destiny, to your dreams, to everything you want. And if it's a dream you've had, it is yours. It is okay. You are worth it. And if you don't think you're worth it, if you have insecurities, that's your first invitation saying, hello, we have wounds. We need your love. We need your attention. And that's where the healing begins. You dive deep, you go into your wounds, and you sit there with the lost parts of you, the little children that got left behind when you were little and in your past, and you reach deep down in your roots to your ancestors, and you ask, what generational curses end with me? That's why this is hard, because we're breaking generational curses and patterns that have been going on for thousands of years, and we're doing it collectively. But we all feel lost, and it's scary at times, and of course it feels like we're dying, because our old self is dying and the old world is falling away, and we cannot find the new earth unless we reach it through ourselves. And the magic begins within, because as within, so without. So the work begins with you. That's the truth. And energy is everything. It connects all of us. We can feel each other. The more you cleanse your channel, the more you can feel energy. You can start to play with your gifts. It's a muscle. You can, there's many ways we're going to go over this. We're going to access our gifts and start to work with our intuition. But right now, just start listening to your bliss, to the things that are telling you, I really want to do this. It's calling you. And yes, it might be hard, but fear is false evidence appearing real. And you face everything and rise. And life, I just came up with this one today. Life is living in forever enjoyment. I don't know, I'm not sure what I thought of earlier, but it's like life is for enjoyment. There it is. Living is for enjoyment. And as we enlighten and bring light into our bodies and into our dark parts, we raise up into the joy, which is heaven on earth. You can be happy, and it's okay. I'm not saying that you're just going to be only happy and it's all sunshine and rainbows, okay? I'm saying that as we become spiritual, we're just going to be okay with the sadness, because we know that's a part of us that's needing love, and we're just shedding another layer and we're raising up another level. Shed another layer, raise another level, because we're just here to level up until we die. And even then, death is an illusion. It doesn't end then. We're just on the other side helping the people that get to come to Earth the next time around. And we're all just walking each other home, and we can do this. And might as well have a good time while we do it, right? So you have a good time by watching the energy, getting out of your head, doing anything that helps you feel clear, listen to your soul's call, do the work out, eat healthy, read some books, journal some stuff, wake up a little bit earlier, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to make you happy and to show yourself that you are worth it. And then other people will wonder what you're doing different. Your physical reality will change, your personality and your personal reality will change, and your life will start to show and reflect the dreams that you hold because you trust it. And love wins. Love won. Love is everything. And you are the light connecting the world. So shine your light and watch magic unfold. So I love you. I hope that you give me feedback. Pay attention to the pain and the triggers, because it's there to just send light, send it your love, hold it and embrace it. Everything needs more vulnerability and love. So may peace be with you. The force is with you. I love you. I want to send you all the energy, the healing love. If you accept it, just say yes. It's all intention. It's all a choice. This is free will. So I love you. I know this is long, but please give me your feedback. I would love to hear.